Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Xinfin or XDC. I have quite a bit to talk about, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask if you guys could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely. It only takes about 2 seconds, and guys, it truly does help a lot. So with that in mind, let's just jump in and let's talk about XDC. So we have been making some moves throughout the market. We are up still about like 9%. Trading volume is still down about 26% though. Nothing too crazy with that. But overall, I do suspect that we have a lot more, updates to really kind of watch for. In the news, we have been making some sort of headlines, nothing too crazy, but just 4 days ago, we do see a multiple decentralized exchange support on, Xinfin's XDC network pretty much launches. There's a lot of things to really kind of look forward to in terms of upgrades, updates, all that kind of stuff. And of course, when we're talking about all of these updates and upgrades and stuff, along comes, exchange listings. So we've been talking about the exchange listings for a little bit of time. In fact, just the other day, I talked to you guys a little bit about it, and actually, we found out, okay, that there were 7 listings in 7 days. I would say this is probably one of the most amount of listings that we've seen for any sort of asset out there. Now, like I said, a lot of these are some pretty big exchanges. Some of them are smaller, but 62,000, 43, almost 44,000, 25,000. We also see almost 70,000 again, almost 83,000 followers, almost 86,000 followers. I mean, these are some big exchanges. So pay attention to what is happening. Listen, the reason why these exchanges list these assets isn't because, they don't see a huge future for them. They do see that. They see what's being built. They understand what is being built. XDC is going to be a massive giant. We are sitting at number 86. I suspect that we have a huge future ahead of us, especially for what, it truly is building. I've said this even yesterday, right? I said everyone is so distracted with all the fancy ISO 222 tokens like XRP, XLM, and ALGO, but do not ignore XDC. If XDC grabs 10% of the global trade finance market at a valuation of $19 trillion, $1.9 trillion at 10%, the price would be $155.25, or a 1,926x in return on investment. That is absolutely ridiculous. XDC is the first blockchain to join the global TFD initiative. You should be focusing and paying attention to XDC if you aren't currently. So if you guys are watching this, you obviously realize how big XDC is going to become. I do not need to tell you guys that, but this is exactly what is happening. People are ignoring XDC due to all the other fancy, assets that are listed within the ISO 222 token list. Now we also here, I'll just leave this here, XDC eCoin partners with Xinfin to unleash the stablecoin banking gold rush. Now, I've always discussed the idea that with a lot of these major stablecoins, when we're talking about, just in general, the banking and, pretty much financial institutional grade assets like Xinfin or XRP and stuff like that, I think that right now, currently, we are just so early within the stage for a lot of what's being built. But in terms of the stablecoin market, it's skyrocketed. I've talked to you guys about how big the stablecoin market has really kind of been growing, especially in terms of decentralized exchange being utilized a lot more often, even with NFTs and stuff. So, it's no big surprise. And we do see here eCoin believes the next generation of banking apps will be built using stablecoins and on blockchains like Xinfin, a purpose-built blockchain for trade finance. So, I think when we're talking about crypto in general, I think a lot of people are going to be moving into crypto, obviously due to deflationary, sort of standpoints. They're even talking about, Lebanon here, which just suffered from a 90% inflation in 2020. Stablecoins are also increasingly being used for grocery shopping in places like Lebanon, which are already dollarized with physical notes. And, in terms of a new banking, financial market industry, system, whatever you want to call it, that is coming very fast. So, a lot of these ISO 222 tokens are definitely going to succeed. I've always discussed to you guys XRP. I've talked to you guys about ALGO. I talked to you guys about Stellar Lumens, but XDC definitely should be one that is on everybody's major list, especially in terms of a moonshot opportunity. I mean, listen, if this comes to fruition at a $1.9 trillion valuation, which I think that almost every asset within this space will be at least a $2 trillion market cap in the coming times. Even if you look at the stock market, right? A lot of stocks are valued at some high price figures, but these are, assets that are actually changing the world. This isn't just let me invest in Amazon because their company is doing really good in terms of their e-commerce brand. No, we're investing in a network that could connect massive use cases to one another. We are literally investing in revolutionary technology that has the potential to really change everyday life. So in my mind, a $2 trillion valuation for a lot of these assets is fairly reasonable. Now we even see here Forensics XDC Network joins the US Army Research Office and the National Science Foundation. Why? I mean, this is going to be huge. Like, listen, when we're talking about why, just look here, read this. The research paper titled BFT Problem was selected as the best paper runner-up at the Association for Computing Machinery, Computer and Communication Security Flagship Conference in November 2021. And of course, they're going to be utilizing this in terms of the revolution for, obviously fundamental research that is driving the forensic revolution in blockchain. So blockchain technology is going to be utilized in a lot of these major use cases. And I think that this is going to be one of those very unique use cases that come to something like the XDC network. So again, when we're talking about really unique, use cases, the global trade finance, sort of use case is also one of them, but this is also another one. So, use cases are still piling up for XDC, so pay attention. And of course, we do see here XDC is one of the biggest projects in the crypto space and totally undervalued. XDC will amaze the whole community. XDC will fly 100% in 2022. Obviously, I don't need to tell you guys that. If we just look here and let's actually kind of zoom in here and really kind of read this. So obviously, you can pretty much read more so about the network if you guys don't know. But of course, XDC coin will be one that is used for a settlement layer of bonds, letters of credit, insurance, smart contracts, and loan collateralization or collateral. I think that this, when we're talking about at scale, I think that this really does have the potential to become a top 10 at least asset. But again, when we're talking about a lot of this market, I think that in the future for ISO 222 and a lot of utility grade tokens, I think that the future is extremely bright. Now we do see here, huge congrats to Trustology.io and Xinfin Official XDC. If you guys did miss this, Trustology.io pretty much announced a partnership with Xinfin Official. This was 2 days ago. I didn't report on it, but I am now because this is actually pretty interesting to say the least. And of course, Crypto KJ 2 here actually breaks this down. Let's actually kind of look more into this. So institutional money big, and we actually see here built with institutions in mind, the network delivers on scale, energy efficiency, and compliance, ISO 222 compliance. Trustology has integrated with the XDC network to function as both a settlement agent for escrowed funds and a high-performance custodial wallet platform provider. We're looking forward to helping the XDC network grow its institutional participation across the entire spectrum of the crypto industry. This also opens up access to DeFi's metaverse, where Trustology can navigate or help navigate NFT tokenization. We are proud to partner with Trustology to bring another trusted custody solution to the XDC ecosystem, being a fully registered crypto assets firm with the UK's Financial Conduct Authority. Trustology offers custodial solutions that fully complement the needs of our network's institutional participants. So this is all for institutional grade money. This is pretty big. And of course we do see here, not I told you so, but if people would simply pay attention, and we even see here, I'm telling you, things are going to get crazy in regards to XDC. People are, talking more so about the price right now, but patience is the key. There's so much going on with the XDC network. It's mind-blowing. And of course, everybody will always talk about the price. Don't get me wrong, with XDC, you guys could obviously see the price right now. If you go back on just 1 year, a year ago, yeah, it was trading at almost like 1 cent. And here we still are at about 8 cents. So, I get it. It's not the best gains just yet, but trust me, the best days are still ahead with everything that's been unfolding within this. Institutional grade money, institutional grade use cases. I suspect the future is extremely bright. And we even see here, what is Web 3.0? I've always said with Web 3.0, things are going to get huge very, very fast. And of course, Web 4.0, 2020 to 2030, I think Web 3.0 still hasn't even hit the pinnacle of its major adoption point. I think that when we're talking about the future, I think that decentralization is truly the future for a lot of these markets. And I do believe that Web 3.0 being at an evaluation of like $140 trillion just at current scale, it's going to get so much bigger. It's going to be huge. So I'm very, very excited for what's about to happen. And of course, we look here, why are ISO 222 tokens so important? And if you guys do read the overall, quote here, a single standardization approach methodology, process repository to be used by all financial standards initiatives. That is why ISO 222 tokens are so important. These are going to be the pinnacle or the foundation of the future financial markets, systems, everything. So trust me, it's getting very crazy out there. And in my mind, I think that XDC, like I said, if it's disrupting the markets that it's going after, and if it's truly going to grasp even just 10% of the market valuation at being the only asset or blockchain technology, listed here, it's going to get very, very exciting very fast. So pay attention to XDC. Do not be distracted by other assets that are more flashier currently, or everybody's talking about them. Get into things that people are not talking about. XDC is definitely one of them. So with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.